Hello, hi. If you're new here, I'm Brandy. I'm a digital artist. I draw a lot of fantasy and book art, and I love sharing digital art tips and just kind of sharing my journey as I work to become a full-time artist. So today I want to give you guys sort of a 6-month YouTube income update. I got monetized back in February of 2025, at the very end of February, so I kind of just count March on as like fully monetized. So I'm going to be going over and sort of breaking down the analytics, the numbers, all the behind the scenes stuff from March to August for my channel. I personally really love these videos for two reasons. One is I'm nosy personally, like I like to see how much other people are making from their channel. But the second reason is whenever these kind of videos are done right, I feel like you can find, I feel like they can be really valuable for smaller creators or someone who's not monetized yet. Or even if you are monetized, but you're kind of still trying to grow your channel, I feel like these kind of videos are really helpful for figuring out exactly what you need to do. Because when I first started my channel, the most frustrating thing for me was I didn't really know what to do to grow. Like people would say,
oh, you just need to grow your channel or have a content strategy.
and it's like, what does that even mean? So that's kind of why I like doing these kind of videos, because I like to explain specifically what I did and what I'm gonna do to try to continue to grow my channel. So we're gonna get into the revenue side of things, we're gonna get into all the analytics, and yeah. Also, I just woke up, so if I look exhausted, it's because I am. I've got my laptop here, and we're just gonna go through month by month, and I'm just gonna kind of explain what I did strategy-wise that worked, that didn't work. So before I start that, I do want to point out I had basically two goals with my channel right now. And the first one is to increase my revenue. So I don't want YouTube to be my only income. I do want to have a variety of income streams, but I do want YouTube to be at least a good chunk of it. So I'll show you how I did with that, if I increase my revenue and all that stuff. And then my second goal is to continue to work on building an engaged community. So I want to have a community here on YouTube where we can, chat and have fun and just learn and grow together. So the two big metrics for kind of measuring these two goals, one is obviously revenue, like did my income increase or decrease, and two is subscriber count. There's some other metrics that could go into engaged community, how many comments I got, watch hours, stuff like that. But for right now, I'm just more focused on increasing the amount of people who subscribe to my channel and become a part of that community. So the reason I bring that up is because with that in mind, that's how I sort of game plan what I'm gonna do for the month on YouTube and see what's working, what's not working. So in March, for example, if you watched my original first month monetized video, you would know that I actually said I wasn't going to do shorts because at this time, my shorts didn't really perform well as far as increasing subscribers. They just didn't seem worth it to me, basically. So my strategy for this month was to change it to only doing long form videos once a week. So not really including shorts at all. I just kind of wanted to see what would happen. And for the month of March, my page views for March were 29,639. My watch hours were 766. And my subscriber count increased by 447. For the month of March, I did earn $50.63. And I will, spoiler alert, whatever, that was the lowest performing month for me. Part of that, I think, I've seen other YouTubers talk about how sometimes the ads that YouTube shows your audience doesn't necessarily align with your audience yet. They kind of need time to figure out what your audience likes and doesn't like, because you'll see in a second that it's going to start to jump up, and I kind of think this is part of why. So moving on to April. April, I posted 4 long-form videos, so again, I didn't do any shorts. I just wanted to sort of do things without shorts for a little bit and just see how it went. So in April, my page views jumped to 39,320. My watch hours increased to 1,110. And my subscriber count increased 717. And then my revenue for April was $62.08. So the interesting thing about April, if we go down to my top content during this period, this is the first month where one of my shorts actually started to take off. I said before, I'd never had a short go viral or anything, and this is kind of where that starts to change. I had a Procreate Tips for Beginners short, and in this month, it was my top performing video, and it earned 10,000 views in this, like, just in April. So, and what's funny is I posted that short in January, so it took, 3 to 4 months, and now it's, like, slowly starting to gain traction and take off, which I just find really interesting. I think that kind of goes to show, even if a video doesn't do well at first, you don't want to just kind of give up on it, because there's still that opportunity for it to grow in the future. So, moving along to May. My page views increased again to 43,108. I earned 1,125 watch hours, and funnily enough, my subscriber count increased the same amount as last month, which was 717. For revenue for May, I earned $74.30. In this month, I technically posted 5 long-form videos. I typically post on Saturdays, and there just happened to be 5 Saturdays in this month. So it technically looks like I posted more, but I really didn't. And then if we go back to content again, this is where you'll see that that short that I talked about last month is increasing again. So now for May, it actually increased in views and earned 12,836 views. This is the month where I kind of started to change my mind about shorts. I felt like long form content once a week, I could stick with that and maybe add in 1 short a week and just kind of see. I didn't want to put too much of a workload on myself, but because I had good success in May, I felt like I could maybe try to add a short once a week just to see what that did. During this time period, YouTube actually changed the way that they counted views for shorts. So I believe it used to be engaged views, where you had to watch for so many seconds before it would actually count that as a view. But then they basically took that away and they said, nope, any view for however long is considered a view for your short. So that kind of inflates some of these numbers a little bit. I don't think it inflates it a whole lot, but I do think there's probably like a couple, like maybe 100 or so views extra on some of my videos just because of that. So that was May. And then going into June, I posted 4 long form videos and 2 shorts. So technically 6 videos for the month. And my page views were 51,398. My watch hours were 1,185. And my subscriber count was actually down this month to 675. And then my revenue for June was $78.10. There's really not a whole lot to say about this month, to be honest. I would say the most interesting thing about this month that I noticed was, so whenever I posted my shorts, I'll show you the like diagram here, the page views would go like way up, like they would shoot up, right? Those shorts were getting views, which was nice. However, the watch time didn't really go up in correlation to that. And that's kind of because they're shorts, like they're like much smaller. Unless you're getting a ton of views on a short, it's not really going to affect your watch time hours that much. And I think what I have kind of learned is I'm less worried about the page views and more worried about the watch hours. If you notice, the watch time is much more closely related to income than the page views. I'm actually going to show you in a minute one of the months where is it my next month? Let me show you, maybe it's my next month where this happens, and then this will make more sense. Yes, okay, in July, I actually hit 100,000 page views, and my revenue, like, went up maybe $2. Like, it didn't go up much at all, because my watch hours were almost the same. So again, I posted 4 long form videos, and then I actually posted 3 shorts this time. One of those shorts went like kind of viral. It got, I think in like 2 days, it got like 16,000 views or something, which is a lot for me and my channel. So that's kind of why these page views are so high. But like I said before, shorts don't really impact your watch hours as much as long form videos. So in July, I got 100,844 page views. My watch hours were 1,604, and my subscribers were 957. And then my revenue for July was $80.99. So even though I literally doubled my page views, in the grand scheme of things, as far as revenue, it really didn't do much. This was kind of the argument I made in that other video about my first month being monetized, is I feel like shorts aren't, from a revenue standpoint, I don't think shorts are worth it, to be honest. I'll break down how much I made from videos versus shorts in a second. And I think a lot of people would be surprised at like how little shorts tend to make. So if you're like focused on the page views, I would worry more about the watch hours. How long are people watching your videos? And because that will increase your watch time hours and ultimately increase your revenue. And if we look at my top content in this period, so the Procreate tips for beginners, in July it had 37,000 views, which is absolutely crazy. And then the second short that I was talking about, it had 15,900 views in July. Now let's go to August. So August is a month where I tried a bit of an experiment, and this is where it actually kind of blew up in my face. I decided to try and post a ton of shorts. So in August, I kind of decided that I was going to give Instagram another shot. Like a true, I was gonna focus on Instagram. So with that, I was making a lot of reels over on Instagram. And I was kind of like, well, why don't I just, put a lot of these over on YouTube? So my analytics for August, my page views, so in August, I posted 10 videos. So 4 of those were long form videos again. 6 of those were shorts. In theory, my page views should have gone up because I posted more videos, right? So my page views actually went down. In August, I had 98,412 page views. My watch hours went down. I had 1,491 hours, and my subscriber count also went down. I had 890. So, and then my estimated revenue for August is $78.15. Even though I posted even though I posted 3 extra videos, all of my analytics went down. Hey, editing Brandy here. Whenever I originally filmed this, I was kind of working through why my analytics had gone down from the month before. So in August, all of my analytics kind of went down from July. And I kind of was like trying to explain that right here in this part of the video. And my reasoning kind of made sense, but also I kind of overlooked something in that in July, my views were so high because I had 2 shorts that had kind of gone viral. So for August, those extra shorts that I posted didn't go viral. July's numbers were inflated because of that one, technically 2 viral videos. And then in August, they went down slightly, but they technically were still much higher than usual. So I just kind of wanted to point that out because in the original video, I was like, I just completely didn't explain that. Anyway, I hope that made sense. Yeah. So that's kind of the breakdown from month to month. So for my grand total for the first 6 months of being monetized, from March to August, my revenue from YouTube was $424.24. And that to me is kind of crazy. So I know for some people, you see somebody monetize on YouTube and you just think, oh my gosh, they're like making bank, And I do feel like it takes time, and you have to continue to do strategy and figure out like what works best for you and your audience. And that's kind of the journey I'm on right now, is just like figuring out how to increase that income. I just want it there to be enough to sort of supplement all of my other revenue streams. All of this income does not include my Skillshare partnership, Patreon, if I do any commission work. So this is all separate from that, but I do want YouTube to be a larger piece of the pie, so to speak, than all of those other streams. For me personally, I know for some people that might not seem like a lot of money. For me personally, making money off my art has always been a dream. So any money off of my art, that's insane to me. The fact that I can draw, silly little pictures and just people like that, that people watch these videos. If you are sitting here watching this video is insane to me. I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate it. I don't ever want anyone to think that I take it for granted or anything at all. Like, it's just amazing to me. I've spent probably I've been on YouTube for a while, but I think it's probably like 2 years of like actual consistent work to get monetized. And now that I am monetized, like, I swear I'm not taking it for granted at all, because I know the amount of like hard work it takes to get there. So my top 3 videos during this time, from March to August, the top one is my short, which is just funny to me that in my video from my first month monetized, I said, like, I've never had a short go viral. They never do well for me. And then here we are 6 months later with, one with over 100,000 views. That's crazy. My second top video was a long form video, the how to color your sketches in Procreate. That one earned 41,000 views in this 6-month span. And my third one was how to use Procreate for animation. That one earned 20,000 views in this time period. So I just showed you my top performing video was a short. If I go to my shorts and see the breakdown of like income wise, what earned the most, how much money each video earned, my shorts with over 100,000 views during this period earned me a whopping $18. And the next highest short, that one that had like 16,000 views or whatever, earned $1.97. Like, for me, shorts kind of have to hit a lottery system of like getting pushed out to go viral. And like for a short to go viral, I feel like part of it is you rely on the algorithm a lot. And to me, that's just not reliable enough. And then even if they do go viral, it's not necessarily worth it. Like for 100,000 views on a short earned $18. Just to kind of give you a comparison, if I look at the videos, my how to color your sketches video, which was the second top one, and I think had like maybe 40,000, so like half the views, earned $109 during this period. My how to use Procreate, which had about 20,000 views, earned $58. So it's just, to me, shorts are just so, unless you get like 1 million views on a short, I just don't know that shorts are worth it from a financial standpoint. However, that being said, from a subscriber standpoint, I do think shorts could be worth it. So if I look at my subscriber count from March to August, I think in March, before I really had that one short go viral, my videos had, I think, 250 subscribers from March, and then my shorts had like 50. So for this 6-month span, so my videos gained me 2,100 subscribers. My shorts only gained me 1,200 subscribers. So to me, this is actually really, really good. Usually my shorts don't get me a lot of subscribers. So the fact that I earned so many subscribers like from shorts is a really good sign to me. I think in August, so in August specifically, my shorts, I gained 367 subscribers. My videos, I gained 327. So I actually gained more subscribers from shorts than videos this month, which is really cool. Like I said earlier, like my 2 goals with my YouTube channel, 1 is to increase revenue, 2 is to build an engaged community. So I'm still in that like building and growing phase. I am almost to 10K subscribers. So even though shorts don't have a lot of like revenue based merit to them, they do have merit in adding to my subscriber count, like just in people finding my channel. And the hope is that once they find my channel through shorts, they might watch long form videos or just like continue to stay and continue to like build into the community here. So what is my plan moving forward? I think after looking at my analytics, all that stuff, I think my goal is to really increase my watch hours. So my strategy for this month and onward for the nearby future, I think I'm going to start focusing less on SEO based videos. YouTube videos typically can fall into two categories. There's entertaining and educational. Educational tends to be SEO based, like tutorials and things where you are trying to teach people something. When you make these kind of videos, it's really easy to optimize them for the search engine, because YouTube can be used as a search engine where people are typing into YouTube how to do something, right? So for example, if somebody wants to learn how to animate using Procreate, they would type in, you know, how to use Procreate for animation. The video that I talked about earlier, I specifically curated that video for certain keywords. So my thought process was, if somebody was trying to find this video, what would they type in? And that video is all about literally step by step how to use Procreate to animate something. So I did keyword research, looked into the analytics and figured out what would be the best keyword for that video. That way, whenever somebody goes to search on YouTube and they are looking specifically, they want to learn how to use Procreate for animation, they will find my video. I think this is the best content to start out with if you can, do keyword research and look and see specifically what kind of videos people are searching for and what kind of videos you can make that people would type into a search bar and look and find. The other type of content is entertainment. And this type of content, for from the artist perspective, is more like studio vlogs or draw with me's, because there's so many of those. If you were to type that into a search bar, you're going to get a whole bunch of stuff. It's kind of difficult to make that SEO friendly, optimize that for a search engine, because you just want to be entertained. You're not specifically looking for a specific answer to something. And so studio vlogs this is where you're focusing much more on browse-based search. So YouTube actually has a metric. You can see how viewers find you in YouTube. And for me right now, my YouTube search is 32% of how viewers find me. So a third of my traffic comes from YouTube search, because I've optimized a lot of my videos and I try to find the best keywords and I do my keyword research. That has led me to my videos kind of being at the top of search bars and people watching those videos. The reason I don't want to focus on that as much anymore is the problem with that is you kind of become, it's like you're your own little search engine. People come to you for tutorials. They find your video, they find you for one tutorial, and then if you don't have any other videos that they're really interested in, they leave, they bounce, they're gone. If I want to build a community, it has to come from connecting with people. And whenever you're doing a tutorial video, it's really hard to connect with people in that way. Lee Ellickson, for example, her studio vlogs are so entertaining. That's why people love to watch them, and because they connect with her as a person. But she doesn't share a lot of tutorial type videos, because that's not what she does. She wants to entertain and connect with people, and she gets a ton of views because people are drawn to watching her content because they connect with her. So my YouTube search gets me a third of my traffic. Shorts feeds gets 24%, and then 23% is browse features. My goal is to increase those browse features. So to do that, I think I'm going to try creating less tutorial type videos and more just entertaining type videos, like studio vlogs, for example, or art challenges. Those are really fun. I just don't, again, I want to build a community and I want to connect with you guys. And I feel like doing studio vlogs and letting you guys kind of see behind the scenes more in my process and what I do and how I live and all these things, I think would be a lot better in connecting together. And yeah, that's kind of the plan. And I want to find more ways to involve art with books to kind of mesh those together. I think that would be really, really fun. So my goal is to kind of stop focusing so much on tutorial-based videos. I do think I am going to start leaning more towards putting those on Patreon. I will still do tutorial videos, but just maybe not all the time, maybe not as often. And that way I can start putting some on Patreon if people are interested. That way I can build more of a community here. And I do think that would help with watch time hours and revenue, and all of those things kind of connect together, I feel like. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. So if you are interested on seeing more tutorial type videos, this month I am posting a how to draw hands video on Patreon. If you're interested in that, you can check that out in the link in the description box. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!